Dear students, welcome to English class. Our today's topic is preposition. Muhammad Shalam, lecturer in English, Dhamrai Government College. I have already taken 2 classes on preposition. That was on basic use of preposition. There is another use of preposition that is called appropriate preposition. Appropriate preposition means word is same, but after adding a preposition it expresses different meaning, such as abide in, abide by, abide with. Abide in express one meaning, abide by mean another thing, and abide with. After the use of preposition, the word meaning changes. I'm not going to talk about appropriate preposition today. It is you are learning appropriate preposition from class 6 or 7, and you should practice it and memorize it. Then you will understand or make a differentiate about the uses of preposition. Today I will discuss 5 board questions, real question of HSC Board Examination 2019. I'll try to discuss the preposition with answer, and you will find it easier how the question is set in examination and how you will answer preposition. Okay, now let's start. Dhaka Board 2019. This is the context of the preposition. There will be 10 gaps in preposition, and you must fill up the blanks with appropriate or the best appropriate preposition. In some cases the preposition is very easier, in some cases preposition is very difficult. Okay, now I am reading the context at first, then I am going to tell you the answer. Mr. Reza works dash a clerk in a local school. He is poor but honest. His honesty is known dash everyone in his locality. He often suffers dash hunger. He is deprived dash comfort and many other things. Nevertheless, he does not long dash wealth. He never hankers dash name and fame. He leads his life dash honest means. He is satisfied dash what he has, but sometimes he runs into debt, and poverty is responsible dash this debt. However, he does not like to depend dash others. So if we look into the context, we find that there are some basic use of preposition, and there are appropriate uses of preposition. Mr. Reza works. There is a different type of preposition, as. The answer will be as. Reza works as a clerk in a local school. You know that as is a linkers or connectors, but here as has been regarded as preposition. Mr. Reza works as regard, as has been used as regard. Mr. Reza works as a clerk in a local school. He is poor but honest. His honesty is known. His honesty is dash everyone in his locality. Then what would be the answer? Yeah, this is very common use of preposition. His honesty is known to everyone in his locality. This is appropriate. This is basic use of known to. We know that known verbs takes preposition to. He often suffers. Suffer takes preposition from. He suffers from hunger. He is deprived. Deprived is appropriate. Deprived takes of. He is deprived of comfort and many other things. Nevertheless, he does not long for means desire, long for wealth. He never hankers hankers after name and fame. He leads his life dash honest means. He leads his life by honest means. By has been used here as basic preposition. He is satisfied. Satisfied take with. He is satisfied with what he has. But sometimes he run into debt, and poverty is responsible for this debt. Here for has been used as basic preposition. He does not like to depend on or upon others. This is also use of appropriate preposition. I hope that you have understood the context. The context is very easy, and it is the description of a good man, and he is Mr. Reza. Okay, now you can check the answer once again. I think you have understood now. Now I am going to the next board question. HSC Board 2019. At first I am reading the context, then I am telling the answer, and if you have any inquiry or problem, you must make comments on my video, and or you can contact making call. When the sun was setting dash the treetops, the jailer came dash the room of Socrates to bid him prepare dash death. In those days, people were sentenced to death by giving a cup of dash poison in Athens. Socrates knew this, and he nodded dash the jailer. Bursting dash tears, the jailer went out of the room and returned dash a cup of hemlock. Socrates lifted the cup to his lips. His pupils tried to keep back their tears, but soon the room was filled dash the sound of weeping. With the cup of poison dash hand, Socrates said, "What is this strange sound? I have heard that a man should die dash peace. So be silent and have patience." This passage is very important. In various cases we find the story and incidents of Socrates, the greatest philosopher. Today we have got this in our prepositional context. When the sun was setting, dash the treetops. Setting, we know the set down, but here the preposition has been used setting behind. When the sun was setting behind the treetops. Treetops means it was the sun was going behind the treetops. The jailer came. We basically use to, but here the preposition will be the jailer came into the room of Socrates, because he entered into the room of Socrates. That's why here the preposition has been used into. The jailer came into the room of Socrates to bid him prepare for death. This is basic use of preposition. In those days, people were sentenced to death by giving a calf of. It is very easy preposition. Calf of. Socrates knew this, and he nodded to the jailer. Nodded when he expressed or agreed. Nodded to the jailer. Bursting, there is two prepositions, bursting out and bursting into. Here the preposition will be bursting into, means burst in tears. The jailer went, bursting into tears, the jailer went out of the room and returned with a cup of tea. This is the basic use of preposition with, a cup of hemlock. Socrates lifted the cup to his lips. It means that he took the cup and about to drink it. His pupils means his followers or students tried to keep back their tears, but soon the room was filled with, and there is another preposition, filled in. Here the preposition will be filled with the sound of weeping. With the cup of poison, in hand, Socrates said, "What is a strange sound? I have heard that a man should die in peace." So in the last two prepositions we find the preposition used, die in peace. We know that there are 4 or 5 preposition used after the word die. Die in, die for, die of. There are specific meanings. Die of, die from, die for means to die for good work, for the welfare of the country or the people. Then the preposition die takes for. Now check back the answer once again. Sorry for interruption. Now I am going to the next board. Joshua board. This is also a very common context. We find it in various grammatical item or in fill in the blanks. That topic is patriotism. Patriotism is the quality inherent dash a man. This is why he feels a natural attachment dash his native land. Love dash motherland is necessary for the betterment of a nation. The people who are patriotic are the noted dash their patriotism. They are different dash other people. Their contribution does not sing oblivion. They are worthy dash praise. They lay down their lives for the good of the country. They are not unaware dash their status in the society. They are celebrated dash their patriotism. They should not be looked down dash in any way. This is easier context, and possibly you all know this, all know about the context, and you will find it very easier preposition. The first answer is patriotism is the quality inherent received from ancestral people, quality inherent to a man. Patriotism of quality is the quality inherent to a man. This is why he feels a natural attachment to his native land. Love For love for motherland, basic use. Love for motherland is necessary for the betterment of a nation. The people who are patriotic people are very much noted. Dash their patriotism. The people who are patriotic are noted from their patriotism. They are different. Sorry, the people who are patriotic are noted for their patriotism. They are different from other people. The preposition will be for. The people who are patriotic are noted for their patriotism. They are different from other people. Their contribution does not sink into oblivion. The people do not forget their contribution. They are worthy of appropriate preposition, or the takes preposition of, or the of praise. They lay takes down, lay their lives for the good of the country. They are not unaware takes off, unaware of their status in the society. They are celebrated for their patriotism. They should not be looked down upon. Looked down upon is a phrase. Looked down upon to means insult. They should not be looked down upon in a way. I hope that you have understood the preposition. This is very easy one. Now check back the answer once again. Now I am going to the next board question. Kumilla. This passage has been given with answer. So preposition, this topic is also preposition. Preposition connects all type of dash words together and supports them make better sense. Preposition connects all type of words together and supports them make better sense to or for the readers. They help us to understand the relationship. Between among objects, or between understand the relationship among objects. Dash example. This is phrase. For example, the book and the table are. For the book and the table are for the kitchen. This ensures you a basic understanding. If we add another preposition, it makes it even clearer. This book is dash of the table. This book is on top of the table. Dash the chicken in the kitchen. The book and the table are dash the kitchen. This ensures you a basic understanding. If we add another preposition, it makes it even clear. This book is on top of the table in the kitchen. We have a clear picture in your mind about the relation of those two objects and their relationship between each other or with each other. So preposition makes the sense clear. If you do not or cannot use preposition properly, then the meaning will be opposite. Suppose put on and put off. If you say put on means something wears, something to wear, and put off means something to keep it off. So there is very opposite meaning. So preposition is you have to learn preposition with great care. Now I am going to the next board questions. Chattogram board. this context is also very common. What are the qualities of a good student? It means the passage is about a good student. A good student is always attentive dash his studies. He is never indifferent dash his studies. He does not learn things dash he is always curious and innovative. He doesn't hunt only dash traditional guidebooks. His thirst dash knowledge knows no bounds. He does not confine himself dash the traditional studies. He is aware dash the current affairs dash the world. He listens dash his teachers and avoids dash their advice. So this is very common use of preposition. A good student always attentive to. Attentive to is the appropriate preposition. Attentive takes to. He is never indifferent. Indifferent also takes to. Indifferent to his study. He does not learn things by note. Learn things by note. He is always curious and innovative. He does not hunt only for traditional guidebooks. His thirst for knowledge. Thirst for means thirsty. Knows no bounds. He does not confine himself. Confine in or to. Here the preposition will be confine himself to the traditional studies. He is aware. He is aware of the current affairs of the world. This is basic use of preposition of the world. He listens. He listens to. This is appropriate preposition. Listen takes to his teachers and abides by their advice. Abides by means to follow. At the very beginning I have told you abide by, abide in, abide with. Abide by means to follow. Abide in to live in. Abide with means to accompany. Check back the answer once again. I hope that you have got a little idea about preposition, and if you practice these word questions once again, then it will be more easier. And if you have any problem, you must make comment on my video or contact with me. That's all. Thank you. Have a nice time.